Hello, Pioneers. Welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. It's fantastic, Mr. Ghost. Foggy evening. Wow. Oh, maybe it's. Is that the moon? Yeah, it's a evening. Got the fire plant out, or fire planet. Sometimes we see the galaxy out there, but not tonight. I'm looking at the coal power, and that's not going to be working as hard coming up here soon. Now, last episode, oh wow, did we get the alternates unlocked. And there are still more out there. So, I want to get my hard drive thing out. I'm curious here. I do want to go out and test the hard drive thing out, see if this works. Hopefully it does. By the way, if you ever want to have a free hand slot, like, you don't want equipment in your hand while you're walking around, activate something you're not going to use and you don't have anything blocking your view. Just nice. Now, sometimes if you hit your middle mouse button, it'll pop up, so you just have to repeat that process. And then you just have your hands like that, just waving around and all that. All right. Oh, our next project today. Yeah, it is officially plastic, rubber, and fuel day. The one I built down there was temporary in order to get the milestones unlocked, so that we can just get to other things. I don't like having things hanging over my head. So, speaking of milestones, I did collect the materials, as you can see up here, for the Blueprint Mark II. So let's go ahead. We have plenty of stuff. I have extra computers. I don't know why. Oh, I need a stack of rubber. I went down to get some, and there it is. I have. I don't know how I had 1,000 in there. Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, well, there we go. And this will complete all of those milestones now. Yes.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones. This improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently. We listen to pioneers, always.
That's funny. They always got some cute quips there. I'm curious what it takes to build this thing here. All right, there's the Blueprint Mark II. Oh, wow. That requires... Now, you set this thing up, you put it somewhere, you leave it. You're probably not going to pull it up a lot, because you're going to come here and theory craft. So this one here is 40, 40, 40. And this one is 32, 32. Okay, so it's just a little... It's 8 meters. Okay, well, hey, more... I'll take it. So I'll have to play around with that just to... so I know it. So that's done. All right, cool. So we're all done completely with those milestones there. So let's talk plastic. Oh, boy. Yeah, I got some machines placed here, and let's go through the numbers. Now, the numbers suck. I don't know what... I think that they might factor better to a 600 a pure oil, but for now, we got 300 and 300. So, and I think last time we were down to the oil over there, we have 2 impure and 1 normal. So, let's just stick to being here in this area for now until we get able to get to the next phase, which is power, fuel power. So the fuel generators, but we're not there yet. We need to get plastic up online, rubber online, all this other stuff, because we're going to need that to be able to build even more. All right, so let's go through these things here, and it is confusing. And there's all the numbers just don't work out very well. Like I said, I'm going to try and run them with 600 oil. So I think up here, I think we can overclock to 600. And I don't think they have any higher oil extractors than what we have currently unlocked. I don't think they added anything new. So we start off with the plastic like we did already. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to get all the milestones unlocked so that we can start to get the alternates so that the next iteration here is going to be better for production, but way more complex. So let's go through this step by step here so you guys can understand what's going on. So this is the plastic one we have already. And we get the heavy oil residue, we turn it into fuel, and then right now I'm just taking the fuel and using it for the jetpack, but and the extra plastic is going off and being used in the sink. But I'm storing some for, you know, building and whatnot. So we've used this one already. Now, the plastic or the rubber one, I don't think I've shown this one here. I just hooked it up really quick off of an oil patch to get enough rubber to get through what we need to get through. So this one is different now. So we have 30 crude oil a minute. So off of a 150 patch, or it's going to be 300, we can support 10 of these machines for rubber. Note the 20 heavy oil residual. Watch out for that number because plastic is only 10. So we're going to have 10 a piece of these, 10 of each for a total of 20. So we're going to have 100 residual heavy oil residue. I keep saying residual oil. Pionodons. And then we have here is 20. So that's going to be 200 for a total of 300 heavy oil residue. There we go. Total we have to deal with. Now we got these two machines. So I don't know what they're doing here, why we're turning rubber into plastic and plastic into rubber. It seems weird. Why not just add the fuel to it and, you know, do plastic with fuel, make the plastic, get the heavy residue, the oil stuff, and then, you know, just keep going with plastic. But no, we take the rubber from these and turn it into more plastic. Now, if we look at this plastic here, wait a minute, this one here, oh, well, this is rubber. So we're getting 20 a minute times 10, which is 100. And I think it's this one here. We're getting 60 a minute times 10. Or wait, sorry, yeah, 60 times 10. Is that right? Oh, no, it's 7. Yeah, it's a little under 7. So it's 60, 120, 180, 240, 300. Oh, it's 400. Yeah, 300, 360, 400. So we're going to be doing 400 rubber and plastic because right here, 30. Don't let that catch you either because we're outputting, let me find out where I am here, right here. So we're outputting 20 rubber right here and 20 plastic right here. So that's a little gotcha. And we need 30, not 20, 30. So it's a doubler, not a tripler. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we're doubling our output by adding the fuel with complexity. Same thing here with the rubber. So it's plastic plus fuel, 30 a minute on each, and we're outputting 60. So when we're going to have 6.66, you know, we're going to downclock a 7th machine so that we have everything covered because, you know, we want to use everything that we're going to output. We don't want backups. Now the fuel. Okay, we went over this, I think, a little bit here, but we have a new alternate. And I forgot about this one. This is this is the other part of the plastic and rubber processing right here. This is going to take our heavy oil residue. We're adding packaged water to it to double our fuel. So normally it would have been just 30, I think. But if we add water to it, which is kind of weird. I don't know how adding water to heavy oil, I guess because oil and water doesn't mix, but, you know, well, turn off logic, I guess. I don't know. So we're getting 60 packaged fuel. Now, this is why I think that they're doing this. So we'll get into this in a second. Let's cover the recipes. We need to take water, an empty canister, and put it into a water bottle. So it takes the canister and turns it into this water bottle thing. Then we input it to these, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio here. So it's one water packager or packaging machine to one refinery. Now, these used to be refineries, and they kind of figured, oh, that's kind of like a lot of power, because these are 30 megawatts. So we needed to use 30 freaking megawatts for packaging stupid water. So I'm glad they did this a while back. So now we have the packagers, and I did it the old way with refineries. And oh my God, you want to talk about enormous amounts of machines strung together. So now you'll see that this is 60 water a minute, and I think it's the water extractors are 120. So one water extractor can supply 2 packaged water. Okay, then yeah, like I said, we pipe in our heavy oil residue, we belt in the packaged water, and we get out packaged fuel, which is belted. Now, one thing to note here, we have 480 speed belt. These are 60. 60 times 10 is 600. We don't have the belt capacity, so we need to split it in half. So it's 5 and 5 just for simplicity. And then we have to belt 2 belts out of this whole system here, because we're going to do 10, 10, and 10, and all that. You know, everything is 10s except for the final plastic and rubber outputs. Now that we have the packaged fuel, what do we do with it? Well, we need the liquid fuel in pipes for the final plastic and rubber stages, so we need to unpackage it. That means we get empty canisters back out. And there's a process that I'll show you guys how. What you have to do is seed the system with the empty packages, the canisters. And you want to have a buffer case with plenty of packaged fuel inside, because you want to keep the input belts saturated, because it takes a while for those packages or those containers to get back. And by the time they get back, you're starving out. You're going to have intermittent production. So we'll go over that when I showcase what we have. Now, the reasoning behind this machine and this machine, I believe, is because they got themselves in a situation with the inputs and outputs on the refineries. So the refineries only have one fluid and one belted, one pipe, one belt. They really should have 3 inputs for, 2 for fluid, 1 for the belt, right? But they didn't want to redesign the whole thing, understandably, and it is a big machine as it is. So instead of changing this whole entire machine, they just added the water or the packaging of a fluid to a packager. Now, also, they didn't want to probably redo all the truck and the sugar cube, the truck, and all that jazz to handle fluids as well as containers or solids. So now what we do is we package the fluids and then we bring them to the source. Now, what's interesting here is you have to have, if you're doing package stuff with trucks, you got to bring those packages back somehow. Yeah. So you might want to have a truck, and you don't know if the truck is going to be emptied or not. So you might have to have a splitter, that sorts. So you have a stop that drops off and a stop that picks up. Well, let's say it doesn't pick up anything. Now you're going to be starved out. So it might balance out over time. I doubt it, but I wouldn't use trucks for packaged fuels and packaged things. Unless it's being completely consumed at the end and you're not getting any packages back, it's going to be a nightmare to figure that out. You may need another truck system just to bring the empties back and forth. Have fun with that one. So you're better off just using trains for fluids, no packaging needed. Now, the packaging obviously can be done internally, because then you can cycle things back through and make it easier. Okay, so that's the story there. Now, they have 2 new recipes here that I didn't know about. And I just saw them. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What is this? I don't remember these being a thing. I could be wrong. I think they added a rubber one or something. I don't know. Well, you could take this polymer resin and make rubber out of it now. That's different. So we're taking crude oil directly and making heavy oil residue, and we're getting this polymer resin. This is the one I probably will use for power. We're going to do the fuel power generators. And then we have the polymer resin gets turned into plastic here, so that's how you get that. Or you can turn this into fabric. So if we go open codex, I think the fabric's in here. Oh, I think we're missing it here. Well, that's weird. Yeah, there is a polymer to fabric. I thought I unlocked that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm losing my mind. So anyway, yeah, this isn't a really efficient way to get plastic. So I think you can use, what I usually do is just sink it, the polymer resin, and you can use it for production, have a train scoop up the plastic and then put it into production, but you got to prioritize this if you're using this recipe for your power. This one here. So you're getting the heavy oil polymer, turn into plastic, consume it, but you have to have a bleed off, priority splitter. That way the plastic gets synced into into the crusher, because you want to keep your power up and running, So that's the case there. All right, well, I think I've got it covered now. Oh, and there is an overage on the fuel. So we're going to have 10 of these. That means we're going to have 600 fuel. We only need 400 for each one of these end processes here. Alrighty, folks, enough confusion. Let's have a little fun here. I set up a bootstrap system to do research in the MAM. And I wanted to get this done because there's something I want to do right here. I need 50 motors. Okay, let's get those. All right, here we go, folks. Geothermal generator. I want to get this so bad.
Geothermal generator unlocked. Geysers added to the object scanner. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you deadly geothermal vents, run directly towards them and build generators.
Yes,
Use
I agree.
potentially lethal natural phenomena for your own benefit. It's the fix-it way.
Well, there's lava. That's what creates it. So when you have a geothermal vent, it's Yellowstone National Park. Oh, I need to know what's involved in making these. There's water above big magma, amount of magma, and it cooks the water, builds pressure, comes out, and all the deposits and stuff around it create this even more and more over time. Pretty crazy stuff. Oh, look, we have everything, and it's cheaper now. Oh, yeah, I made a bunch more of the high-speed connectors. Holy cripes. Look at this thing, folks. This thing is insane. Let's go. Oh, you know what? Oh, I got to do something over here. I forgot. So, we're down here. Now, the reason I wanted to do this because over here is a geothermal vent. Oh, don't look at that. We're going to go over that in a second. Oh my gosh. Let's go over here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Right here. So this is why I needed to do this. And there it is. Bam. Look at this thing. Holy crap. So yeah, I prepped the area. Now what is how do we know it says 2. Yeah, see the average 200 blah 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 there? We'll have to figure this out. 200. Oh. What? Oh, it's red. What does it say there? Pressure sensor. Oh, okay. Now look at this thing. It goes. Dug, 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 dug. That is so cool. All right, well, I want to see what this looks like on the network. I don't know. Oh, water extractors. There you go. Well, I can go over here. Yeah, let's do this. All right, let's see what this thing does now. Oh, we're swimming. Cool. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, here we go. So this black line, okay, they're separating out the power lines. They didn't do that before. So now you can see how it's going. Okay, see how it slopes down? Okay, now we're going back up. So this is how they're getting the average power here. But why is it saying this? It's still blinking. I wonder if because we have more power on the network, than this is, so it can't do what it needs to do because we already have power. I don't know. Okay, so that makes sense, that line going up and down there. Okay. Oh, wow, look, it goes up to... Oh. Okay, went all the way up to 600. So the lowest we go is 2. The highest is 6. Now, my question is, though... Let me pull this up here. So this is a pure. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Alright. Okay, so that's all connected again. Now, you can see why there's a lot of these out there in the world. And I don't know how many they have now. So if we press and hold V, we have geyser now. And we're going to ping that one right there. So you can see. There should be some out that way, I would think. Oh, wait. Oh, there's one there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, and that's in the desert area there. So 7, 4, 5, 10, 10. So when you get to a spot, you ping it, you know, try and find the next one. So basically you're running through the world with a power pole. This is going to help out a lot now. I can set up a bootstrap system for high-speed connectors and get a bunch of these on the network. That way we can use this as an interim to the fuel power. So I wanted to get that done. All right, I'm going to head back up here, and I got another little project I wanted to start up. It's a real simple one. Whoa, what's this? Second floor? Yep. So we're going to use this crappy recipe for now, the copper sheets. And what I'm planning on doing is our first train is going to be a water train. Because I want to get the steamed copper sheets, because it is a 1-to-1. So for every ingot, you get a copper sheet. It's actually 22.5 to 22.5. Weird numbers. So for now, I need copper sheets to build, and we're going to connect this up. And so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use the fast belt because eventually we're going to do the steam copper. So there we go. I'll connect it up. And there we go. I love how the copper looks. Really nice and shiny. And then down here, I've got the thingamabobber. And let's see how we're doing here. We're uploading. Yeah, I was running out, so I had to get that going. Alrighty, pioneers. Oh, I overestimated concrete. We got some water extractors here. 120, 240, 360, 480, 600. And Mark II pipes. And, oh boy. Well, you remember the geothermal there, right? Well, here we go, folks. This is where Satisfactory starts to become enormously big. Alright, so everything we've gone up to this point in the game has been just kind of flopping about, trying to get through those milestones. So that we can get to this point where we're doing plastic. Now, this is only... ouch. 600 oil. 300 and 300. 2 150s and 1 300. So imagine a pure node, and now we can do 600 with a pure node of oil, crude oil. So that means, you know, this whole thing can be off of one patch of oil. All of this. Well, we got 3. And so I'm going with what we have here. And then eventually we'll expand out, you know, and do other oil, potentially other places. Most likely coke for steel and all that. Now, all those numbers I went through, this is what it broke out to be. So this is the plastic and rubber lines going straight up and over, and it's going to be going into the base over here. And then we're going to start making those crazy alternate recipes to get the next phase done. That'll break out the aluminium, bauxite processing, and we'll get the alclad aluminum sheets for that belt, and amongst other things. I think we get MK3 miners in this next stage. Well, they have to come in the next stage. And then I think the 1200 speed belt might be the 9th one. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't gotten there yet. So here's the here's the catch-all right here. This is the well, that belt looks, oh, it looks weird. Okay. This is the buffer case, which will hold the empty canisters. This will ensure that the belt is saturated at all times, giving time for, you know, the travel time from exporting these machines here, which are the fuel unpackagers, and then, you know, they hit the belt, and then it takes forever to get to here. So this is what that's going to be. And way over there is the water to make the packaged water. This is the diluted fuel, which doubles our fuel output. And it sends it out packaged. This unpackages it to piped fuel. And that goes over here. Splits between these two right here. Plastic and rubber doubling. This is the plastic or rubber, which are, I can't remember which one is which, but let's say this is plastic here. That's our, 20 a minute. This is our 30 or 60 a minute. Now, one thing that's really confusing here is that it's hard to, sometimes I forget that it is 6.66 repeat on the plastic and rubber machines. That's why I want to try out a 600 line. This is a 300 right here. So if you did 600 of these just for plastic alone and rubber alone, I'm going to run those numbers because I can't remember what they are. So what we got here is oil coming in. You can see it's all ready to go. There's a T to connect to. And I've got a 600 line here for the pipe. And it splits and goes down underneath over to the other side. I love these ports. They make piping so much easier. And there it is. This feeds the other side where we're going to do the, plastic and rubber on either side. I decided to go mirror image on it. I don't know. It seemed easier. Oh, the other thing, too, is that, yeah, I clipped in there. I thought it was going to be clear. I was kind of eyeballing it and going, oh, yeah. But then I forgot, oh, these are going to be shifted over by a tile. That's just how it worked. I probably should have went over... these machines should have been over more or something. It's just the way it worked out. But thankfully, they let us clip into the rocks. So, just don't look at it and it'll be fine. Now, we're going to have an excess of fuel. And that's what I was saying is that it's very easy to forget that we get 600 fuel out of this whole system here with the diluted fuel. So, again, I'm going to work the numbers to see what it is with a 600 oil patch for only one product, not trying to do two at the same time here. Because I think it will work out better, potentially. And it depends, because rubber is less of the oil residue, and plastic has, or less on the plastic. So it skews the numbers for each one of those. Makes it a little bit challenging, I guess. So right here, we have the excess fuel burn-off area because we will be having 200 fuel in excess. These haven't been fired up yet, but I can tell you that these will consume 50 fuel a minute times 4, which is 200. And that is our excess. And how we control that is right here with this valve. And I have it set to 200 so that because these will consume the fuel and the plastic won't get any. So we have to control the output. The old way to do it was kind of weird. You had to place a pipe. Let's see. Oh, wait. I got to flip it. There we go. That's the direction, I guess. You would have to place the pipe, and you'd have to do walls. Yeah, I remember now. So you'd have to do a wall, go on the side, and go up in a kind of a 90 to 90 thing to block the fuel from here, right? So instead of a valve, we had to do a bump up and over. And the pressure from these pipes would spill it over into the next phase. Now, we got these valves, which is great. I think they noticed that they had a problem, or they were maybe thinking, oh yeah, we need a valve, but we're not ready for it yet. So they just kind of, and it was early access, so you got to deal with it, right? So anyway, this valve here should take care of the overflow. So right now, these are sharded up to, they have 3 shards, 625 megawatts. So this is a 1.2 gig or something. 1200. Oh wait, I think it's 2400. 2500. Yeah. So 2500 megawatts or 2.5 gig. Okay. So I think I've explained enough, done enough talking. Let's get this thing fired up. First thing we got to do is go over here, and I'll get the empty canisters, and we'll have plastic for days. All right, this looks different, huh? All right, let's get these here. Oh, I can fit them all in. Get rid of the case. So I stockpiled the things. Oh, I gotta do this here. This is annoying me. There we go. Free hands. There we go. All right, so here's our buffer case. We should be, yeah, this is the industrial version. Shabam. So all that's gonna go down the belt. We got two-sided. This is so awesome. Now, when we get the aluminum all-clad belt, I can update this, but there's no point. It's more work than it's worth. Once it's in, just leave it alone, because I could run one full belt of the canisters. All right, it's all buffered up. All right, now what I want to do is start up the fuel. Well, yeah, let's get the water going. I'm a little concerned here because I have a lifter over there to lift a head lifter. Okay, now I'm hoping it works now that this is connected, but for some reason it's not pumping, and I don't know why. Yeah, see, I've got a yellow on here, and I don't know. This should work unless this is a Mark II. See, I'm getting nothing out of here. Now I have water. Oh, I don't have water here. Something maybe is not connected correctly. Okay, now I got water. All right, I'm going lower. So, okay, it looks like it might be working now. There we go. I had to go lower. There we go. Yeah, I remember something about that now, where you had to position the pipe at the foot of it, and yeah, so I hope this works. Okay, there we go. We got water, baby. So it should take a. Oh, there we go. Now it's really going. So it's exactly 600 water for this whole system here. That's why I tied them all into one pipe. I'm like, ooh, Mark II pipes. There we go. We got it now. We got the water. So what? This is kind of a funny little thing. Look at this. I had to go up and around. You know, I could elevate the pipe as well, but I like to keep my pipes flat, you know, so there's no head lift issues. And these things are crazy. They get these little animations, and it whoop, and sometimes it will pop out and go, and then it'll go, oh, and then it'll go back. It is hilarious. Now, here's another issue. These are going to buffer up with the water now. So, I have to make sure I have enough plastic. Well, I might have to do something here. I maybe should have done an industrial case. So, yeah, I forgot that we need to buffer these and these. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, it's kind of cranking them down a little bit. So that's fine. You know, that's fine. Alrighty, finally I got enough on this belt. I got a few left in here. So I'm going to make more of these. Oh, there's the alternate steel canister recipe. And empty canister. Yeah, anyway, so I put a summer sloop in there. And I got 8 canisters, so it was like really fast. But it was fun. All right, oh, that's well, okay. And the water took a while to get down here, so I think the strategy is, you know, make sure your pump, your inline pump, your head lift pump is all the way down at the bottom at the knee, you know, the joint, and then it pushes it up. Putting it up at the center, the head lift, the water couldn't get up high enough. That's what it was. For the pump to activate it. So yeah, I remember that now. So like I said, I'm remembering some of the things that I used to have to deal with. All right, folks, here we go. I hope this works. Oh, I may have to reposition the oil pump now that I'm thinking about it here. Okay, now, yeah, the pump that's closer to the shoreline. So we'll see how that goes. All right, there we go. We're making the plastic on this side. Whoa, look at that smoke. And there we go. Very cool. So I'm going to keep an eye on this thing, make sure and debug it. It takes a while for this to all buffer up. So that's why you don't want to connect, leave these things hanging and then connect them after the system is buffered up. You know, well, you can connect it all in, you know, it'll terminate in the end of the bus there, but I'm just leaving them there for now because I still got to deal with this crap up here. I'll do that off screen in between episodes, of course. Now let's go over here. We got yellow lines, or yellow over here. Let's see if we do have oil there. Okay, we got it now. Good. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going underneath there. I forgot to connect it. So I'm going to check that oil extractor over in the way at the end there. Oh, and then, well, let's do a tour of this. So I had to go over this little bump here because the environment is, you know, it doesn't always work with you there. And these are the two pumps there. I'm just using the 600 pipe, 600 flow rate pipe because it's just, I don't want any issues. So let's go over here and check on this. Here it is, all the way down. Yeah, see, that might be too high. I hear it pounding. Let's see if I can get on top of this thing. There we go. Okay, it is lifting. Recommended head lift 20. Okay, so it is working. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to pop this right... Oh, why is it yellow? Let's go... No. Let's go right here. And now I'm going to remove this one. Now, you'll notice that if I copy that, flip it there, see how it's doing its thing there? I don't know what those are. That's weird. They're kind of collecting there. All right, baby. Mark II. And, yeah, you see that little ring, how it's shooting up there? Okay, so that was the indicator that it wasn't able to push the sucker up. Now, these take more power right here. A lot more power. Holy cripes, look at that. So, max head lift, 50 meters. Flow rate is 200. And that's, let's see, max flow rate 6. Interesting. Why is it 2? Man, that's all over the place. That's weird. It's only 100 here. I wonder why that is. Alright, well, we got some action over here, at least. These are fired up, so that's a good idea. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a... Oh, we're getting action here. Okay. Green and yellow. Yeah, so... It is kind of tricky when these things start to buffer. It is a pain. So I'll let it run, and the way to test this is to sink your plastic and rubber. Once this all buffers up, I'm going to pull it up to the top there. Well, yeah, I think I will pull it up to the top. Oh, we got some stuff running here, too. So, yeah, I'll get it up to the top, and you put a sink in on the rubber and the plastic, and it should... you should start... You'll see if it's all working or not, you know. So that's the real true test there, is a sink. Next episode, what I'm going to do is go right on out, probably to explore. Because I got some alternates. We still got to get the alternates capped off for what we've unlocked. And then we can, now that we've got plastic and rubber, I got to redo the, you know, the base so that I can switch the iron plate over to, it's going to be ingots plus plastic for 75 a minute. I'm going to move the steel up and reconfigure that, you know, so we got more room. Because I want this to be, we're going to have to build pretty, you know, some pretty crazy stuff for the next phase. This next phase is pretty involved. We're going to have to be doing computers and motors and all that. So it's been patty cakes up till this point. Now it gets crazy. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed. Oh, look. We got some fuel kicking on here. What do you know? All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Uber plastic build and all the stuff we went over today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.